All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is when you're watching this, welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. This is your daily affirmation message. So let's get it popping, shall we? I hope everybody's day is going well. I hope your week went okay. Hope we're learning out there, applying the wisdom, doing our best. You can trust God. That's what I know. Okay? Absolutely. You can trust God. Now let's find out what the daily affirmation message is for today. Ancestor, ancestors, creator, thanks for being here. Thank you for all your wisdom and guidance. What is your message for humanity today? The creator and the ancestors say this. Ah, war, the whole war thing. This is something that we have to find an alternative to. We have to put down our arms today. Okay? We're tired today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're tired of fighting, you know? Even if there's some sort of internal conflict. Okay? These challenges still need to be resolved. But we can't continue in conflict. This is not the way to resolve it. Okay? Fantastic. What are we talking about here? What conflict? What do you want us to do here? Okay. Um, it's important that we see the deeper meaning of this conflict. Okay. And maybe this is around for some of you who are lovers. I wish that bird would fly away. That would be so cool. Anyhow, it's important that you see the deeper meaning of the conflict, which is to get you connected to your higher self. Okay? That's the goal here, to get you connected to your higher self so that you can be on your divine path that the Creator wants for you. That's what the conflict is about. All right? Perhaps you need to walk away from a conflict, okay, or walk away from something that's causing conflict. All right, let's go a little further. Let's go a little further because the energy tends to change right after this initial cap to the pyramid. Then things get wonky down here. These are the subterranean meanings here. So let's get into that. Let's get into that. What are we saying here? Ancestors, creator. Okay, for those of you who have been lovers, um, it's time for you to see the deeper meaning of this conflict with your lover. Again, it was to get you on your divine path, which is apparently the high priestess. That is, she also represents a refreshment of your spiritual purpose, a recalibration, a remix, a reset. Okay, and of course, she knows all the secrets. She who knows, right? So, on the lover's floor, you might have discovered a dang-a-lang slanger in your life. For those of you who slang dang-a-lang and poontang, okay? Somebody was slanging. I don't know if they're present right now with us here today. I tend to believe you're on this side of the equation, okay, where you're the high priestess, she who knows, the one plugged into your higher self and your higher mind and the higher dimensions. And the creator seems to be pointing to how this conflict that gave rise to whatever it was that got you on your path properly ensconced on your path. Maybe you were nearby the path, but you weren't on the path. Apparently, I don't know. I'm grabbing on that one because that's a possibility. Get off on your floor. Right. So they're saying they need you to see the deeper meaning of all of that. Don't I want to say obsess. That's for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? Because I certainly can understand your concern if you're dealing with it, something like that. Don't be over concerned about that because the whole point was just to get you here. That was the point. You know, like you have a limited access. Hang on, somebody's calling me. I apologize. Okay. So, right, don't obsess over that because that was just to get you on your path. It can be overwhelming when you can see behind the black veil. Am I right? And so you could definitely bump into some triggering things that may cause conflict as you explore the shadows and the dark spaces of the galaxy. So don't get caught up. If this has nothing to do with dang-a-lang a poontang, then this has to do with you just being in conflict about something. Perhaps something you're very passionate about. This could be your purpose itself. You know what I mean? You could, or this could be about if you're a feminine, being able to love. You don't really have to be feminine, but there's strong feminine energy in this reference right here with the Queen of Water right here. Okay, and so maybe you feel like you want to be more loving, in your personality. You want to be more loving. That's what you passionately would love to do, but you just know too much. You know too much. Which is what gave rise to the conflict in the first place, in terms of how you got there. You know too much, and this, gave rise to conflict based on what you found out from your knowing, you know. So when I say know too much, I mean that you went into conflict still. You know what I mean? So, or what you learned sent you into conflict because it just was completely unacceptable to you, apparently. You know, but the problem still remains to be solved, whatever the conflict is, and and you can't keep battling about this thing. Whether it's internal or external, you can't keep battling about this thing. That has to stop. Okay. So if this is about your life purpose, you don't need to be in conflict about your life purpose. Whatever you've experienced regarding your life purpose was to get you more involved with your life purpose. You see what I'm saying? The passion was to bring you to the spirituality, to the spiritual healing, to where you're living that life. That's your everyday life. Like people wake up, brush their teeth, or they wake up, make some coffee, or they wake up, have some oatmeal, whatever is their routine. This was to bring you to a routine. That's good. This was to bring you to a routine of spirituality. All right? And that's why it's important for you to walk your own path. You see, because that's love for yourself. You see what I'm saying? To do what makes you unique, to do what you and only you can do, that is your divine appointment. You feel me? So don't require yourself to fight about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You have this divine appointment, and that's that. I don't know if you're having conflict with it or somebody is battling with you over it or whatever. You know what I mean? Feel free not to battle about this thing. Feel free. That's what it looks like here. All right, walk your own path, walk away to pursue your path, to pursue your passion, right? Because perhaps that is what resolves the conflict. Perhaps that is how we put down our arms today. Amen. Let us go further. One more floor down. Oh, yes, divine timing, that's why. You see? Divine timing, everyone. That's why. Okay, yeah. Listen, you probably don't want to hear that. You probably don't want to hear that because divine timing is a long time in human years, right? Give me one on this disappointment because I don't like it. It's too early in the morning for the bullshit. Okay, that's all I know. What do we mean by that? It can be disappointing, the things that you learn because of the secrets you know. And that's what made you enter into the battle. I get the sensation that this heartbreak was for a reason. This disappointment was for a reason. It was to cause you, just like I said, you want to be sweet to people. You really do. You want to be sweet to people. But conflict, you know what I mean? Be that player hating, be that they want to project their demons onto you, and turn you into a villain based on no facts whatsoever, based on, lazy perception, lazy communication styles, based on, delusion, you know what I mean? Or envy, hate, some people are possessed by the devil, this is about as basic as, going to Starbucks. This shit is real and it's regular. You know what I mean? It's definitely, it doesn't have to be any pomp and circumstance around it. It was all to make you tougher, stronger, faster. Okay? I'm not going to start Kanyeing you. Okay? It's too early in the morning. But that's what I wanted to do just now. Okay? All right? But whatever doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. And that's the point. It's not trying to kill you. This conflict, the creator pretty much allowed it or whatever, or, kind of had events guide you there for whatever reason, or knew that that would happen when you saw whatever it was. It was to make you tougher, even though you want to be this sweet, watery person. You want to be nice to people, but, people is on some shit. You know what I mean? With the conflict. They on some shit. They got to resolve their own issues, you know what I'm saying? They having to deal with this divine appointment too. They got to get on their road properly too. So it's like, it's too bad, you know, that hater's gonna hate. That's too bad. But it's real though, you see? And it was necessary because you would have just remained this watery person and you would have just remained this sweet, kind, open-hearted, all are welcome here kind of person. And that's just not where we're living at, that's not safe, obviously, with the conflict and war card. That's not safe. Okay, so you got to be this person. Instead of the watery person, you got to be the fire person. Okay? Yeah, you got to be the fire person because you can't allow this sort of shit. You can't allow it out of love for yourself, out of love for self. You feel me? Out of love for self, and that's what you use your gifts to do today. Okay? Use your gifts to activate that protective light around you. Okay? And pursue your passion and understand that this is a time process. This is based on time, right? With divine timing. So how long do I have to bake? How long do I have to bake? How long do I have to put up with this bullshit? People attacking me and shit. okay, or people attacking you, for following your divine path, or people attacking you because of what you know, what you're passionate about, or what you're into, okay? I get the sensation that you will bake in divine time and you're going to come out perfectly golden brown, baked to perfection. One more on that heartbreak card. Okay, it was to empower you. Abso-fucking-lutely. What else? Of course. What's this conflict about? Let's clarify that. It is your divine birthright to be who you are. You don't have to fight about that. People don't like it, walk away. Walk away if you can. If you can't, walk away within. Absolutely. Walk away within. Because you need love in your life, like you need that kind of interaction, or you want that kind of interaction. You don't want to be in conflict all the time about who you are and what you know or what you're passionate about, or, divine timing. Because the 3D world don't care nothing about no divine timing, right? That's hard to explain, right? End up in conflict often when people are, stuck in the 3D. The conflict. What's this conflict? This is about over the path of destiny. Why would there be a conflict about that? Why would there be a conflict about the path of destiny? The open road? Why is that a conflict? Okay, because somebody needed to use, or somebody used the power of the word to remove obstacles, and this caused a conflict. Somebody said some shit. Yeah, and things changed. This caused a conflict. Okay. I get the sensation that this conflict is about what road to take. So, for instance, people telling you what you ought to do, how you ought to do it. You know what I mean? And this is without you asking them. This is people making conflict with you because they think your destiny is elsewhere, or, you should approach it in a different way. Or, somebody makes a recommendation or a suggestion, there's nothing wrong with that. But generally speaking, I don't know what the background story is on that, but I'm just talking about the general phenomenon of when people are telling you what your path is. You feel me? And they want to fight with you over what your path is. You know? And it's like, I'm walking the love path is what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm walking the path where I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Okay? And that may cause a conflict because maybe they don't like how that would affect the wheel of fortune here. Maybe they don't like that. They feel like you're not cooperating. They know better than you do what divine path you should be on, or what path you should be on, or what road you should take to get to your goals. You know? And then something tells me that whoever might be doing that doesn't really know your path. They don't really know your path. They don't really understand your path, because I have the conflict. First of all, hello, it's not worth it, and it's not even that serious when we have the power of communication, because you should at least be able to get some respect for your divine path. If you can't get any support, you should be able to at least get some respect. But also, I see heartbreak, which means that the Creator is acknowledging that this has caused you pain. You know, this having conflict and, and people trying to tell you which way you need to go like they know better than God. You feel me? And then you got to sit here and try to figure out how to explain God's philosophies and policies and how God operates. You know? No one has the time. You feel me? No one has the time. Um, so I feel that somebody feels that whatever they want or whatever they say is the best path for you, that's the best path for you. Okay, it's possible. It's possible, but if it's causing this conflict and the creator is here saying, hey, 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 in divine time, don't worry, you're doing what you and only you can do. If the creator and the ancestors are acknowledging that, that means this person doesn't have much of a foundation to tell you what your path is. You're already taking steps from God. Well, who's more expert on what you're supposed to be doing than that? Am I right? This is why you got to be more plugged into yourself. You see what I'm saying? This is why you have to be closer to the spirits and closer to your higher self and be loving on yourself. Because people may not understand you, especially when it comes to divine timing, because that is a notorious difficult spot, for people who are spiritual versus people who are plugged into the matrix. That is a difficult spot. Even in the parts of you that have been plugged into the matrix in the past or still right now, it's hard to explain it to that part of yourself because you're like, I can't make this make sense to 3D thinking. I can't make this make sense. It's just beyond that, simply beyond that. Okay? So you don't have to fight to be who you are. That's number one. Because being who you are and what you have to do here is still an issue to be resolved. Whatever the creator has you here doing for whatever reason, that's still to be pursued and dealt with. You don't really have time or energy to fight about it, to explain who you are, what your mission is, why you're doing it, divine timing, la 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 la. Like, hello? My job is not to unplug people from the matrix in any other way except for the way God has appointed me to do so. That's the way. It doesn't require you to come off the path, right? Because you know your divine path. And the closer you get to yourself, the more you love on yourself, the more you walk to the beat of your own drum, the more you practice your spirituality and practice your spiritual purpose, the more what the Creator has in store for you is manifesting. Okay, divine timing, reaching out for the opportunity to connect. Okay, on one floor, somebody never connected, maybe. Somebody never connected to you. Because I do see the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. I do see Dingalang slanging and Poontang slanging. I see the High Priestess, the Broken Heart, getting stronger, getting harder. Destiny, that whole thing, Wheel of Fortune. So it just makes me feel like on the lover's floor, somebody didn't connect and maybe that hurt you. They didn't use words to remove obstacles to clear the path of destiny. And then the Wheel of Fortune spun and maybe that disappointed you. And you was like, oh, well, what was all of that for? Like I didn't need that in my life. And it's like, yeah, well, you might not have needed it, but in order to do what your divine purpose is, you need to be that strong. You see what I'm saying? So all the challenges you've ever been through are only to strengthen you for your ultimate purpose, which is going to lead to your ultimate fulfillment. Okay? Exactly. Any last messages and wisdom nuggets for the humans? Amen. The best of the humans. Okay. This is how you put it all in perspective. Ancestors, Creator. It's all going to be worth it. Empress figure, Oshun, the goddess of love, the goddess of earthly pleasures, righteous earthly pleasures, the divine in the form of material, right? Material, physical. That's what she represents, also being confident that you're loved, that the Creator loves you. And that gives you a divine right to live your purpose. I have a divine right to live my purpose. That's one of your affirmations today. I have a divine right to live my purpose. Be confident about that. You don't have to fight about it. There's no need to be in conflict about it. Okay? Sit up on your throne within. And what is the throne? The throne is your faith. What is the throne? The throne is your confidence. What is the throne? The throne is your self-love. Love yourself enough to believe that God is trustworthy. Feel me? Absolutely. It's all going to be worth it. Okay? Because you will have plenty. That's what your divine purpose will bring you. And you'll be so glad that you insisted on following your divine purpose. You are going to be so glad, so there's no need for conflict. Put it to bed. If other people are having conflict about it, let them be the ones having conflict about it. You don't need to have conflict about it. You have a right, okay? Like the people who don't want to wear the mask, they got constitutional rights. Yeah, okay. Well, you got universal constitutional rights to be who God made you. Amen. Okay? Go on. So burst free of your limiting beliefs. All right? Voluntarily surrender to the Spirit, to the superior strength of the Spirit. Let the Spirit, let the Creator guide your path, guide you on your path. Okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to be a living example of how God is the answer to every problem. He's the solution. He, she, it, they. Okay? Whatever. God is the solution to every problem. All of your problems. Okay? So you can take that affirmation as well. God is the solution to my every problem. I know that that's right. I really do. Okay? So as you burst free from your limiting belief, allowing yourself to accept that God is deeply in love with you and God would never jack you around or yank your chain about some shit. If you have a divine calling, it's real. The fact that you're passionate about it is just a bonus. It's just a bonus. Don't hate you because you're beautiful. Hello? Don't hate you because you're blessed. If other people are not feeling connected to their divine purpose, that's really not your responsibility. However, your responsibility is to love yourself enough to walk that path so that you can set an example on that throne. That's the point. The point is for you to set an example that people should adhere to divine timing respectfully. See what I'm saying? Don't try to make conflict with the divine and with what the divine has set forward for people. Don't try to make conflict with it because that's going to lead to heartbreak. See what I'm saying? Absolutely. So you're going to be, as you're bursting free from limiting beliefs and accepting your placement, the way God makes you shine, the way it becomes all worth the trouble, and how you succeed and rise above the challenge. The way you insist on pushing through to walk your divine path and to act on your higher knowledge. That's going to have other people bursting free from their limiting beliefs. They're going to see that God is trustworthy. They're going to see that God is the path and there ain't no other path. Hello? Absolutely. All right. Lastly, I said sit up on the throne. Empress card. Come on now. Come on. Empress figure, Empress card, burst free from your limiting beliefs. It is what it is. You need to commit to this. You need to commit to yourself. You need to commit to your path. You need to be faithful. You need to purify and justify your own love. Validate yourself. Don't look for support from nobody else but the spirit. Your own spirit, your ancestors who support you, the creator. Okay? Remain on that throne. Put your veil down. Keep your head down. Put your glasses on. Chill out within. Okay? Chill out within. Okay? You got to be married to the creator. Absolutely. You got to be married to the creator. You got to be married to yourself. That's where the abundance is at. So don't be in conflict with yourself, and don't be in conflict with nobody else about what is your divine appointment. You have a divine right to follow your purpose in life, to be who God made you. Okay? If other people don't like that, get your fan out. Okay? And sit on the throne within and trust God to show and use you as an example. I am an example of God's divine grace. That's another affirmation for you today. I am an example of God's divine grace, because let me tell you something, won't he do it? Okay? Won't he do it? God's divine grace is all on you. And, like, what you going to do? What you going to do? Other people might not like that. They might be uncomfortable with themselves, with you, okay? With you and your divine path and everything. You know what I'm saying? That could be frustrating. I understand. That could be frustrating for other people, for you to be all on God's divine grace, you know? And that's why people should just let you walk your own path. You know what I mean? And back up off you so much as they can. And do that preventatively, because prevention is the cure. You know what I'm saying? Because never should you be obstructing anybody's path when it comes to their divine appointment. Hello? Right. So even in the sense of the lover's floor, if the lover wanted to go slang dang-a-lang, you don't get in their way. You know what I mean? Of course you don't. So for those people, I'm sure the conflict was probably within, because I see you was already plugged into your higher self. You know what I'm saying? So the conflict may have been, briefly outside, but, more lengthy inside. You know what I'm saying? So for the lovers, you got to let them slang dang-a-lang. That's what they want to do. And you have to do what you would do about that, meaning not to them, but in terms of yourself. They're busy. They're slaying dang-a-lang. That's what they wanted to do. Well, what do you want to do? First, walk away. Am I right? Because what you want is not there. They want to slang dang-a-lang. You don't. You want to be loving. You want to be kind. And that certainly doesn't put you in the mood to do either. You know what I mean? And what you found out about this person doesn't make you feel like, sticking around. Especially with the conflict, if, on the lover's floor they hurt you, or they said something to turn the wheel and change destiny. You know what I mean? So you have to let them follow their divine path. If sling and dang-a-lang is their divine path and you don't like that, then get on the road. It's real simple. Okay? It's real simple. Find something you like. That's what you do instead. But first, double down on liking yourself. Double down on that. And then what you attract next time will be at a higher level. It'll be at the level that matches the Empress, because you got double Empress right here. Okay? So there's no need to fight. As soon as you find out, oh, you want something else, Okay, well, don't let me stand in your way. See you later. Nice meeting you. Or wish I could say nice meeting you. Whatever it is. So yeah, so those are your affirmations for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will see you again here soon behind the black veil.